Hello. So today I'm going to talk to you about algorithms. So some of this should be a review from Intro to Engineering Lab. So if you need some more information, I recommend you go back to your materials from last year and take a look. So I'm going to start by defining for you what an algorithm is. And an algorithm is a sequence of explicit, which means very clear, instructions in a well-defined language. Okay, and secondly, an algorithm is a system that takes input and produces output. So that's a really important part of the definition, is that you're having input, you're bringing something in, and you're creating output. When you make an algorithm, the algorithm should have three pieces. It should execute in a finite amount of time and space. This used to be a much bigger deal than it currently is because computers had such smaller hard drives. It has gotten easier to forget to try and conserve space when you're creating algorithms, but it's something to keep in mind. Algorithms should also be correct and they should be repeatable. So using the same set of instructions, you should be able to reproduce the same output from the same input each time you do it. Sometimes it's helpful to think about algorithms as a recipe. So for example, if you have already watched my intro video, perhaps you could have a recipe for making a cup of coffee, or maybe the recipe is for how to roast the beans to get to a certain level of darkness that you like in your coffee. Or maybe if we're talking about breakfast, it's making eggs. Your recipe, your set of instructions to get from 3 eggs and salt and pepper into scrambled eggs, etc. Okay, there's lots of different things. So I just want you to start thinking about some other examples of algorithms that you have had experience with. And I'm going to ask you about that when we meet together next. So how does this fit into this class? So our job when we are using computer methods is to translate an algorithm into a computer program. Okay? So if I want to draw this a little more pictorially, I have an algorithm and it's going to become source code and then it's going to become executed. And this first part, where I take the algorithm, and we're going to spend a lot of time here at the first few weeks of this quarter writing very detailed algorithms. So I'm going to take that algorithm and turn it into source code. Okay? This is us this quarter. And then the computer is going to do this part. The computer is going to take the source code and execute it. What exactly is a computer program, though? I'm sure we could all come up with some basic definition of what a computer program is. We all use computer programs, but the real definition is that it's a sequence of instructions written to perform tasks with a computer. Okay, so we use computer programs every day, all the time, especially now in this distance learning format. And so we are going to write computer programs in this class. You all did this last year in Intro to Engineering Lab. So you did this first using Tinkercad, and then you wrote computer programs, and then you used your Arduino and that software to write a computer program. We're going to use this quarter something different, though. We are going to use a computer program that's called MATLAB. And so that's the computer program that we're going to learn and practice with this year. And we're going to start by writing detailed algorithms and translating those into MATLAB code that can perform tasks. All right? So we'll see you soon.